Welcome back. Welcome back. Man, Wavo, it's been a little while, huh?
Little hiatus.
But hey, we had to tweak some things and get everything back in order. I am Blue the Mogul.
I'm Wavo.
This is the Bathrobe Chronicles. We got a very interesting topic. It's something we kind of just stumbled upon because we've seen it more often than not these days, But, it's a dope topic. Wavo, without further ado, I guess we can go ahead and dive into is tricking the new normal?
Trick or treat.
So you seem pretty okay. I want to hear what you got to say, my brother, my Aries brother, if you will.
It's so many levels, and it's so funny. I was just looking at this when you told me the subject, but
okay.
So I'm free balling a lot here, but I'm putting, piecing things together, connecting the dots.
All right.
When a dude or a man tricks,
mm-hmm.
I look at it like he's the joke. The joke's on him.
The joke's on him, okay. Because I got some of my OGs who beg to differ,
I mean, we can look at it from all facets. You tricking some way or another, even if it's on a square date, square world where you got to put gas in the car to go pick her up.
Definitely. Yeah.
You gonna do the whole.
So you pick the girls up on the first date?
Oh no, I like to meet.
Okay,
I'm gonna meet you there.
You're bad. It's hard to. Well, they be sit up plays, and you gotta be careful, bro.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
And plus, picking up, that's a form of chivalry, and she has to earn that.
Most definitely.
But when it comes to tricking, like I said earlier, the joke's on him because, like we discussed earlier, you have different levels.
Mm-hmm.
You got straight to the point.
Yeah.
Or you got the round and about getting to the objective.
Most definitely.
So you got let's put it in legalese technical terms because I just learned this. It's a difference between an escort and prostitute.
Most definitely, yes.
An escort, I learned that you're paying for companionship.
Time.
For
their time.
Like say you need a date for the margarita ball.
Mm-hmm.
You'll give her that for her time to escort you to she helps you look better.
Right.
Versus
so this is the beta male provider approach, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, because he can't pull a female genuinely.
Right. Well, but off of his personality and
characteristics, right? We got definitions off of his sexual market value.
Sexual market value is the word, correct.
Yeah. So if a man is lacking in sexual market value, whether it's being hygiene, smelling good, wardrobe, height, gift of gab, being able.
I feel bad for brothers who are under a certain height, boy.
We gonna come back to that.
They get treated horribly, boy. I watch it and I'm like, damn.
And
that's how they treat niggas who under a certain height.
But look at the caveat to that. Females say you're fat shaming when you speak on a female's weight.
Yeah, of course.
But she can help her weight. He can't help his height. He can't do nothing about his height.
Grow up.
But when it comes to the caveat as far as tricking, basically he has to trick because he doesn't have the genuine sexual desire to pull her naturally, so he has to put forth his resources to make up for what he's lacking.
Most definitely, yeah, I got you.
But again, that shows that he himself doesn't have value. He has to highlight his monetary value.
Yeah, leading with his pocketbook. That's what we call it. Leading with your pocketbook.
For her to show interest.
Leading with your pocketbook. That's what it's called. For those who don't know. And if you do this, like the old school saying goes, how you start with a woman is how you end with a woman. Right?
That's how you finish.
So if you start out, I'm not judging. I don't care. It may be somebody like you may be a dude who is just John. You see Rihanna, you shooting your shot, and the only way you're gonna get her attention, possibly in your mind, is by doing so. And he teaches on whatever. But when you start out trying to intrigue and get a woman's interest by your pocketbook, just understand that she's gonna say, okay, this is normalized behavior. You normalize this. You set the tone this way. So this is what my expectations are. You cannot be mad as a man if you started that way. Look, if she continues to treat you that way, you have no one to blame but yourself, fellas. Call this accountability, right? And I tell the guys this all the time. If you don't want a woman treating you a certain way, you have to have respect about yourself and carry yourself a certain way. I'm not saying don't spend money. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, you cannot pray for rain and complain about the mud. We'll continue on what you were saying, bro.
Here's the thing. When a man is tricking, he's basically chasing the woman.
Correct. Yeah.
But as we always talk about, especially one of the main caveats of the red pill is to work on being the best version of yourself. So that if you have your stuff together, she's going to naturally be attracted to you. Because I compare it to this like the male offspring is the sun. Word correlation. It has the sun is the giver of life. We call the male offspring son because we're the ones that actually give life, put it in the female. Now, the next correlation when it comes to the sun, what orbits the sun? What we call that? Planetary orbiters.
Yes.
And that's because the sun is shining so bright.
Correct.
The gravity is so dense that it pulls in and it has planetary orbiters. Now, if you're a man on your grind, on your grizzly, you're going to have planetary orbiters. You're going to have females that are going to orbit around you because you shining like the sun.
Most definitely.
And you don't have to trick on them because they're just going to naturally want to be in your presence because of the weight that you have. You're the center of your universe.
Now, I totally agree with that. Now, let me say this. Now, like I said, we're talking about tricking, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel like in a positive connotation, there are times when every man tricks. I'm explaining myself. Mm-hmm. Let's say if a woman is doing what she's supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying? At some point, a man is going to do some nice things for her.
Reward her, yeah.
If he's in a monogamous relationship, you know what I'm saying? Or, a long-term relationship, if you will. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody has something, everyone. So for me, I'm big on loyalty. There's just one thing, like if you show me that you're loyal, I do a lot for a woman that's loyal. I swear, like that's really what it is for me.
That's rare, yeah.
Because it's rare. You reward things because every woman has a body per se. They may not be the body that you like, but every woman has a body at the end of the day. So I'm telling you, fellas, if you're going to be spending money and doing these type of things, make sure you're getting the bang for your buck. Is what I'm getting at. Now, the word trick. Obviously, we know it goes way back, before the days of Iceberg Slim and, all these guys. Yeah. But at the end of the day, one must understand that when you're paying a woman for sexual gratification, that's typically what people understand the word tricking to be, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so... But now the word has somewhat evolved because people use it for almost, he took me here. Okay, he took you to dinner. Really? Because I know this girl over here who just got a business started in the LLC. You know what I'm saying? I know this girl over here who's gotten this done. I know, it's just, but some people think that just because, like, first of all, if I tell people if a man was going out to eat, that's not really tricking because he's eating already. He's enjoying your company while he eats. Right. Now, if he invited you, obviously he's paying for your meal. But to me, I don't constitute that as tricking. But depending on where you go. Now, I'm not saying you take on your first date, you go to, I don't know. I mean, a five-star restaurant.
First date, you taking her to Ocean Air. That's tricking.
Yeah, I mean.
That's tricking.
And that's nasty, by the way.
Oh, you don't like Ocean Air?
No. That's the one by the Galleria, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But back when I was eating meat, I hated that place. I went there once, and then I was asked to go again. I was like, maybe it was just a bad day. Nah,
I think it was a bad day.
I went twice.
I had the duck. I had the duck there. The duck was pretty good. But yeah, keep going. But
maybe I should have tried the duck.
Ocean Air on the first date is tricking.
Yeah. And I honestly, this. Now I can't say this. A chick I used to date a while back, she took me to True Looks for my birthday, and then took me to a concert. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, some of you might say, "Oh, that's amazing," but you know, that was a very toxic relationship. I'm glad I got out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good on that. If that's the type of behavior that comes with it, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to go to True Looks and have a concert and all this other stuff that you paid for. That's cool. I appreciate it, but you know, we try to avoid the toxic behavior around here. So
right. When it come to this is another thing. Like when you say, because it depends on what level you at. If a chick in the project, she gonna look at, you know, Gloria's. That's, you know, girl, he tricked on
Cheddars,
me.
bro.
Cheddars
back in the day.
Oh no, Papados. Look, girls used to try to pop Papados.
It did, for sure.
Like
Cheddars back in the day.
And then
when I say that, I mean this is what I mean when I say cheddars. The girls you're describing, you said projects. You know what I'm saying? But you know, not that. Like, I don't know, I took that kind of negatively. I'm not gonna lie, I can't. You know, somewhere.
Well, I mean, you live in a certain environment, you're gonna have a certain mindset.
Yeah, I got
so
you.
that's where I'm coming from. So
okay, I got you. Okay.
And different levels, they'll look at, you know, Gloria's or Mint Casino. You know, girl, he did this. Like that's like breakfast at McDonald's for me.
A while back, Casino used to be a nice form of that was a nice ambiance. But now that's pretty average these days.
That's pretty regular now.
That's
pretty regular.
I won't say mundane. I won't say that because it's not just it's down there, but it's somewhere. Okay, that's actually, you know what? I'm glad you say that because it's actually a decent place. Because you know what? That's something where I would want to go. So yeah, that's somewhere you can take somebody on the first date, if you will, like a Miko Cena. Now in these days, back before things change, you know.
Yeah, look, and I was finna touch on the reason why like things have changed and the ante has gotten, you know, raised or whatever.
Who's done that? Wait,
you want to say it at the same time?
No, I want you to say it. Who's made raised the ante for women?
These simps.
Simps, okay.
These simps.
Wait, but what is a simp? I don't know if everyone who listens to us knows what a simp is. Can you elaborate, please, my brother?
Basically, someone who puts a woman on a pedestal.
Okay.
Puts her needs and
so the meme comes
above his own.
The meme part, but the meme of Will Smith and Jada where he's doing that.
Yeah.
Hands out, look at my woman.
Like, look at her.
That kind of that type of pedestal, you mean?
That is pedestalizing.
How was he like now in that particular behavior? How was he rewarded for doing that? Do you think so?
No, he wasn't. He was actually treated badly, and that's
what did she embarrass him? What happened? Wait, well, elaborate, please.
You know, she got into this entanglement. You know, dodging accountability. Words, right? Yeah, those are her words. Gotcha. You know, just dodging accountability and putting a new definition on what
accountability. No, let's not go there, bro. Stop it.
Putting a new definition on what infidelis acts are. Wow. So, but the thing is, it's folks like, you know, who she was involved with that give her attention unearned, give her this sense of entitlement where it's like, okay, I was here, now I expect this expectation.
Right.
So like getting back to it, places like Mint Casino and Gloria's, you know, that's looked at. We need to be going to Nick and Sam's, you know, where it's just up the ante because these simps jump in the DM. First thing they doing is pedestalizing a female, wanting to cater to her before she earned it. And, you know, it's just human nature. Humans do not appreciate things that they didn't earn. So that's another definition of tricking. Giving a female the, you know, typically what she wants, whether it's security, resources, even protection, before she's earned that, you know, privilege. Because now chivalry, like females be saying, chivalry is dead. And really, you know, translation, they really be like, where the tricks at? Be chivalrous. But the thing is, back in the 50s when chivalry was prominent, those females earned those chivalrous acts.
By doing what, Wavo?
Say a new man, let's go to Waiting to Exhale.
Okay.
When a new gentleman moves into the neighborhood, the single woman would come to his door and be like, you know, here's a casserole, here's cookies, showing her capability of doing what women.
About the Red Devines character, huh?
Yeah, showing the capabilities of what she's capable of doing, what she's bringing to the table. Hey, I'm knocking at your door with a plate. That shows you what I'm doing. Females, They're not looking for that. You supposed to feed them. But in actuality, you know, her showing you that she can feed you and potentially kids to come, you know, that's been lost.
It's funny you say that, my brother. Here recently, when while I was at Turkey Dam a couple Sundays ago, a young woman said, "Hey, are you hungry? You need anything? I'm on my way up there." I'm like, "Okay, they know they got food." I was like, "Yeah, they got food here." You know, I'm trying to see how far this goes. Because I'm like, they have food here. You know that, right? Well, no, you might not want that. You might want something else to eat. Like, okay. I was like, yeah, well, what you got in mind? So you tell me. I was like, are you near Chipotle? She's like, yeah, got you. Just tell me exactly what you want. And she brought it up there. She moved up about 3 or 4 notches, bro.
Hey,
like,
that
everyone. People don't understand that.
Look, you looking like a dog, like.
No, this is over the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. You know, I mean, obviously we have that type of behavior in the past. Don't get me wrong. Like back when I was in the corporate America, I used to have, a chick I was dating or someone come bring me. That was normal. Like for real though, for a woman to ask you what you want to eat and come bring it up, that was normal. But it's been so long. It could be the type of women I'm dealing with. So I take accountability and ownership on that. So that's very important to do that. But I was like, okay, so I'm not doing horribly wrong here because at the end of the day, somebody cares enough to do that. So I mean, yeah, that. I agree with you. That's definitely something that catches, man's attention.
Yeah.
Now, if a woman consistently does this for you, Wavo, what are you going to do for her? That's the real question.
Well, we're going to have to look at the, make sure this isn't just a one-trick pony.
Got you. Okay.
And it's just not happening, a means to an ends. But if she's doing it consistently without me having to say something, then I'm going to make something on her end easier, whether it's, I noticed that your 2 front tires were bald, so I'm gonna get these tires for you. Things that women pretty much don't pay attention to.
Like the oil change or something like that.
Oil change, that's slight. Oh no, we ain't paying car notes. We ain't paying car notes now. We ain't paying car notes until like that name is the same as mine. That's when we will pay a car note. Now, I mean.
Now, paying the car note, would you consider that tricky?
If our bills are not consolidated,
we go.
Meaning we're not under one roof and you don't share my name,
not being brought together.
Then yeah, I would consider that tricky. Now, if I was, Drake, that's going to the next. That transitions to the next.
Tricky. Now, Mike, I'm asking you: is this your significant other or girl you're talking to?
No. Okay.
Yeah, because that's normal to me. If you are in a relationship with somebody to pay a car note and stuff like that, I think that's normal. That's just me. If you're in a relationship, in a relationship, yeah. If a woman doing everything she's supposed to do, but now mind you, she's not doing first of all, she's not. It's probably not gonna last too long to be completely honest with you. So, but shit, for real, is it?
See that?
Wavo.
That's the thing. See, what? Oh. Yeah. It's no lies. So on my end, I just do to each his own. I don't pay car notes. We live in the 2022 with the independent woman. I can do this. I can do that. Okay, well, you gonna do that, and I'm gonna have you something for you to look forward to. Because if you give too much too soon,
yeah, most definitely,
they're not gonna appreciate it later.
I don't think he's saying. Off the rip, I think that's why I said let's clarify this because I don't think everybody understands the question, and that may be my fault because I didn't elaborate on that. But that's just I feel like if you've been rocking with a chick for a minute and she been doing everything she's supposed to, ain't nothing wrong with surprise, I did this for you. It's hard to let it be that when you let it become their ideal, that means they're not gonna really be appreciated because they haven't asked. You know what I'm saying?
You got to put in a lot more variables. The time of which y'all been together.
Like I said, when you rocking with a chick, bro. When you rocking with a chick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't all rock with a chick before. We can act like we have not. We rock with a chick who's earned it and deserved it. Is what I'm saying.
Now I'll give this example, right?
Okay.
When I'm involved with a woman seriously, I'll tell her, look, I want you to make an account. I'm going to send you something every week for a rainy day.
Okay. All right.
Now,
I like that. Okay.
you doing what you're supposed to be doing. Let's say you blow a head gasket.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Boom. Okay, that 1,500 that we done accumulated over
So
time.
you gonna keep track of it.
Oh yeah, you can.
Because you know when you put it in the account, you know sometimes when hey baby, I had to go in there and need.
No.
Is that going to be replenished?
I want screenshots every 2 weeks because this is a business. A relationship is a business.
Okay.
I want even we bros, but we still got to conduct business. You know what I'm saying? Okay. When it comes to keeping the wheels moving on things.
So she has to replenish it if she dips into the.
No. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I have a thing where it's like, if I take us out to eat 3 times, that 4th time you gonna pay, because I'm not gonna be dealing with a woman who can't pay her rent or car note by herself anyway. And if I do it as a
no, of course, yeah.
that's an extra.
I got you to season
but
on the steak. I got you.
That's not a necessity. I don't want to be a necessity. I want to be
codependent is what they call it. That's the word. You don't want her to be codependent upon you.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if let's take it to the car situation. If let's say I'm giving for example, I'm giving 100. I need you to come with 50. If I put 100 in this account, you need to come with 50 because you work too with the abilities and the rights and women being more educated, making more money, boss big. We ain't finna leave no money on the table.
You familiar with T.K. Kirkland?
No, well, I am familiar with him, but what do you say?
The comedian. He a lot of game, bro. He's your Aries brother. You know what I'm saying? A lot of game, bro. Like I've been to a few of his stand-ups. Me and Ma both listened to him. Ma really put me on him. But yeah, T.K. Kirkland, he's like, look, when you out with your chick, hey baby, I take care of federal, you take care of state.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, so look, if I get robbed, he said we get robbed. He's like, we gotta have something as a backup plan. So they rob me for $5,000. I need you to have about $500 on you just in case something go wrong.
Or like if I pick up the check, you pick up the tip.
Yeah, I got you. I see what you're saying.
So when it comes to car note, that's to each his own. But it's I look at the principle behind it.
You never paid one car note.
My ex-wife.
Yeah, there you go.
My ex-wife.
That's rocking with somebody. That's what I'm saying.
But then
how hard was it to say that, my brother?
Our bills were consolidated. No. When I did it, we were together.
No, I don't, man.
When I paid that car note,
I don't know about that one, bro.
When I paid that car note, we were together.
I ain't saying you got to go get a nails done, but you got to understand, like a car note, that's normal. You can't. If you did that, bro, listen to me. If she's driving your children around, my brother, you feel me? And you don't want that car to get repossessed. You feel me? Because guess what? When the children are not in your presence, they need to get around, right?
But this is what I did.
I got you.
I put down $35 for the down payment. Look, here go the down payment.
There we go. Okay.
I'm gonna take. We were on the same insurance.
There you go.
But you gonna take care of that car note.
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
But that was also my now ex-wife.
There you
so
go.
but like a chick that I'm dating.
Yeah, bro, that ain't tricking if that show. Like I said, if there's somebody who your main that you've been rocking with for a while, or you're married, because let's be real, you're either single or you're married, but everybody knows that. That particular aspect of it. That's not. I don't consider that tricking, my brother.
Here go another thing, though. Let's put it more in definition terms. A trick is basically somebody who is putting in more than they are getting out.
There you go. Deal. I like that definition.
Because they can even be married and still be putting in more deposits, and this person is just withdrawing more than they're depositing. So it all depends. You can harp on titles, but it just some females are in marriages and they don't give as much as they're receiving. So it just depends. But when it comes to back to the subject, tricking being normalized, we can talk on that because we have it in media and in songs nowadays. City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
But who writing the City Girl songs though?
Okay, there's some dudes writing it.
No, yeah, that's who writing it.
So even when
they go home.
So it's different layers. So okay, the writer is tricking the artist because the artist has to pay the writer. So you can say that the female artist is paying the male, and that's a form of tricking.
You cannot say that's what's happening. Like, bro, yes, that's an employee working. You know what I'm saying, right? But they're saying these lyrics. I'm gonna say this again: that a man is writing for them, right? Right? Okay. Then they go home to their husbands and baby daddies, right? Okay, cool. Carry on. I just want to clear that up. You feel me?
You talking about the
women?
Women.
Yes, they're going home, and then you remember how Cardi B said, "I don't cook, I don't clean," and then Offset recorded her doing both.
Yeah, so
it just sounds great, but you're not. No man's gonna get married to a woman who don't do any of that. It sounds good musically. It really does.
So
it sounds immaculate.
She's selling a false narrative because she's not living her lyrics, but at the same time, she's spreading programming like you don't have to do this and you can still get this. What I was saying.
But is she hurting the women by doing that?
She's hurting them.
Dreaming, thinking that's what dudes are okay with.
Most definitely, she's hurting them because females, as much as the manosphere been getting traction, females are learning that this vehicle that was sold to me, feminism and boss chick and all that. Yeah, it sounds nice and it's kind of fun when we're in our 20s. But as they get older and they get into their 30s, that biological hard drive start kicking in.
Sexual market value starts declining a little bit, right?
And then they reach that epiphany phase. Okay. And it's like, dang, I cannot compete with the 25-year-old me. Meanwhile, these dudes that I'm chasing that I knew from 10, 15 years, they still look good. So I need to hunker down and get with somebody I can see myself going long-term with and stop trying to trick everybody.
Okay.
And,
now
they have their tricks.
So look, now, let me say this. A lot of women get offended when you say sexual market value declines. Okay, right? There's nothing to be made offensive. If you take offense to it, that means you feel some type of way about the situation. I'm just being honest with you. Because confidence is something that is very attractive on man or woman. I can tell you that right now. I know a lot of women who are not what most could consider appeasing to the eye, who get them like, dang, she got boss dude, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, like, dudes, we like confident women too. So, like, I don't feel like women should, when society says their sexual market values decline, and even though, let's be realistic, we know as men when our market value declines as well. We know when we're not doing as much as we could be doing. And, but at the end of the day, a lot of people feel like that's a negative thing. It's only negative to those who are not happy with themselves.
It's only negative to those who have wasted time. That's who is negative to.
Okay, elaborate on that, because I think I know where you're going.
Sexual market value exists for men and women, but it burns at different times. Females' fire burns strong and hot from about the ages of 17 to 27, 28.
Okay.
They're on a precipitous decline as they get into their 30s. Their eggs pretty much biologically drop around 35.
And what's your source for this? Because people think you pull this stuff out your
science.
Okay.
Google, biological fact that we know if they go to their OGBYN, they're gonna tell you you're in a pregnancy. You're more viable to have a pregnancy to term when you're 23,
correct,
versus 37. This is common knowledge. Now, men, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure right now Ron Isley can squeeze out a baby if he wanted to. So that goes with sexual market value. Basically, your reproductive skills and basically your attractiveness level.
So speaking of Ron Isley, you saw how many women were like, "Look, sugar daddy."
Oh yeah.
How many of y'all saw that when Ron Isley was on the Versus? How many women were like, "Damn, look at the sugar daddy"? You know what I'm saying? He was getting a lot of love.
I go to the comments when I look on shit. I saw 27-year-olds just shooting at. He probably 70.
I saw one comment say, "When I say sugar daddy, this is what I mean." You feel me? I'm just saying these are women making these comments. Nobody put a gun to their head. They're saying this,
and she not gonna be saying I'm a boss babe when she go up to him.
No, she not gonna hear that. He gonna do all of that when she walk up.
So, but a man's fire burns. It takes us longer. Our fire doesn't ignite really until we approach 30, and then our fire can burn all the way up until we about 70. My stepfather looked like a mix between. He was born in 1950.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's 72 years old.
Right, I got you. Okay.
He looked like he's 52.
Right.
So his sexual market value, truth be told, my mom is always mate guarding because she know, you know,
Let me tell you something, bro.
they be after her.
I'm talking about women the ages of 60, 70, women to the age of 20, 30. Like, damn, Denzel Washington a bad man. I'm talking about, I hear this with my own. I hear Sean Connery, RIP, I think he just passed away.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't never heard nobody.
Nah,
say
I've heard.
Freeman. I ain't gonna front.
There's
now maybe you know what I'm saying. I ain't hating on Morgan Freeman. I'm just saying I personally ain't never heard nobody say it.
And those gentlemen you just described, their sexual market value is still going. They can still pull pretty much anything they point to.
Just say point to.
At the age of 50, 60, 70. Now, females have gotten galvanized by movies like Stella Got a Groove Back, and they believe that 40-year-olds can pull 20-year-old men plentifully. You might be able to pull them for a weekend.
Yeah, I understand though, but see the key statement in that, and that Stella Got a Groove Back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was pulling the young Tay Diggs in the movie. But what was she doing? What's the main what's one of the main trailers you see? Her jogging on that beach. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, yeah, like even though they made that movie saying that okay, she was robbing the cradle, if you will.
I remember them saying they was like,
a lot of people,
they was plotting.
Yeah, they were plotting, but I'm saying it was even mentioned in the film. She called him a cradle rob. I think Whoopi Goldberg may have. Don't quote me on that, but when somebody in the movie said that, you know, something along those lines, you know, but of course. So basically, you're saying society is making that normal.
Yes, society wants to normalize females having the best possible outcomes when it comes to sexual reproductive system, and men's wants and desires to be put on the back burner. So again, society wants to push what females want to the forefront, and what men want, you know, you can take a back seat.
Gotcha.
And that's why things like when an older woman talks to a younger man, it's not looked at as pedophilish.
Gotcha.
But say if a 40-year-old man was dealing with a 20-year-old female, the females his age would demonize him and make him, oh, you should, what you want in that young girl? You just want to control her. Ma'am, you're jealous. We're not picking you.
So what was
and hold on, and when you were 20, I'm pretty sure you were talking to somebody my age. Let's be real.
So let me ask you this then. So was back to hate to bring that, because I love Jada Pinkett Smith, one of my favorite actresses. She, you know, I like her.
Oh yeah, I know what you're finna get on.
So when August asked, I don't know how true it is that, you know, her son was cool with August and that's how they met. I don't know. It is. I don't like to spread stuff, so I'm not sure. But
I saw pictures. I do the research.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, I don't know, so I won't speak on that. But the perfect example, August was around her son's age, their son's age, if you will.
If Will was messing with a female Willow's age, one of Willow's friends, how would we look at Will? How would society look at Will?
Oh, man.
See, everybody was, you know, on Jada's side, and she didn't get canceled because she was messing with somebody 20 years her senior. Now, if Will was dealing with a female, one of Willow's friends, 20 years his senior, they'd hang him. He'd be like Robert Downey Jr. in the early 90s trying to get rid of his career. And that just shows how men and women are not equal. And when it comes to the value exchange, that's just another example of how men and women we're not the same. Women are particularly attracted to older men. Older men are particularly attracted to younger women. It's because when we reach our peaks, it's at different ages. A woman's peak is at 23. A man's peak is at 37, 38. And when it comes to the resources that he'll have to maybe catch a younger female's attention, yeah, he need to have his stuff together. And some men go to the straight approach and start tricking. But again, the joke's on you, because that younger female, she doesn't have genuine burning desire for you, because you're using money as a vehicle.
Correct.
Versus yourself, you're just plain attributes.
Correct. Yeah. So, I mean, on that particular situation, you know, I'm not going to harp on that. In that particular situation where, you know, Jada was talking to August, you know, that's something that, you know, Will had to deal with publicly. Right? So, and recently, he dealt with the whole Tupac situation. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, at the end of the day, I'm sure, I don't know if I can't speak on what he did for Jada. I think, they've been mutually beneficial, but I don't know if I can say he helped her as much as she helped him. I say it's probably fairly equal, maybe not as much now. I think she's kind of, he wrote the book, you know what I'm saying? He wrote the book, but he definitely took, I think he took this one pretty hard because I think he was publicly humiliated. Now, at some point, did you feel like he was tricking in that situation? Was it before he got with her or after? Because they married. They've been married for years.
A man can not only trick with his money, he can trick with his attention.
Gotcha, okay.
Say, for instance, we had 2 young ladies in here now. If a dude just kept on calling you and texting you and texting you, like, you going to look at, I'm pretty sure they're going to look at him like, man, this nigga ain't got nothing to do.
Nothing better to do.
But bother me.
Like, bro, you don't have nothing to do?
Meaning he's not on his purpose, meaning he's, his value is inherently down because he putting all the value on her.
Time is definitely, to me, that's the biggest way a man can trick is
time.
Can't
get time back. You can get money back.
Because right there, that's the biggest form of tricking is time.
And then inherently, he's putting her on a pedestal. Now, if you put a female on a pedestal, she's looking down at you. A woman wants to look up at the man she's with because this is a caveat of hypergamy. Females date up. Females fuck up. Men will date a female that works at McDonald's. Not particularly, but we'll deal with a female that is on a lower socioeconomic status than us. Females don't.
They have a higher sexual market value. Is that what you're saying?
It's the value exchange. They could be low on the value monetarily, but high on the value when it comes to sexually.
Gotcha.
A man can be high on value monetarily, and his sexual market value don't have to be that low. That's why, older, dudes that don't have that much, gift of gab, they'll be able to pull, like Tom Likas. He didn't have any game about himself, but because he was a sun that was shining and he had notoriety, popularity, status, he had planetary orbiters. It's how it works.
Okay. Steph Curry and Aisha Curry.
It's ticking, tick until the day of the split.
Right. Why is that?
The thing is, I'm big on body language. I took a body language course. I pay attention. Like Hitch said, 70% of communication is not what's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, nonverbal communication.
Nonverbal, and by that, she is running the relationship, and he's just trying to hold on. And the thing is, I can speak on that because, I lived it. I wasn't always as informed and as confident as I am, so I can see where I was and be like, yeah, he's at this stage in life. He'll get there. He got to go through the valley, got to go through the bad patch. So he, Did
you ever follow Carcino on YouTube? Carcino for Life? He always had these stories that were very credible. No one ever called him out for being, he would state like, look, my sources, or I can't reveal my sources, but I'm close to this person or close to people who know these people, right? And so he spoke out. One of the things he spoke out on was he said that Steph chased Aisha for a very long time.
There you go. I heard that too.
She wouldn't even notice the guy until she noticed. Wait a minute, this guy's kind of. Look, I'm just saying, like, this is knowledge, and no one's refuted this. You hear me? So I'm like, I'm not saying this is true or not. Y'all take this information. I'm not saying this is true, but this is knowledge that's been out there, and no one has come step forward and said it's not true. So I don't know if it's true. I'm just sharing the story with you.
No, I heard that as well.
Right. So I'm not gonna do you can go to Carcino, look up his interviews. So people won't think I'm just making this up. And like I said, I like Steph Curry as a basketball player, and Aisha, I don't have a problem with her, But apparently, when they first met, he chased her, and mind you, this is this very good basketball player, obviously one of the top basketball players in the world, but he definitely, time-wise, from what I've understood, did a lot of tricking. And finally, she came back around and saw who he was, and kind of, I won't say latched on, because she used the platform, if you will, to build her brand as a woman, So now Steph's father just recently got a divorce. That's why I asked this question. And from what I understand, the wife filed for divorce, right?
80% do.
Okay, so that's why I asked, do you think that alone, his legacy is doomed because when I was told, actually, this is actually reported. You've seen articles about this, saying Steph sided with Aisha, saying that his father was wrong. Do you remember reading it?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I followed it. Steph, bless his heart, but he's a mama's boy, raised, and he was programmed like the majority of the world is programmed to be betas. It's
Okay.
I say it's like 90% betas out here with the beta mind frame, and it's 10%, whatever you want to call, if you want to subjectively call it alpha. But it's because of the programming. Steph took his mother's side. And it's like, did you not see that your mother was dealing with Dale Curry's best friend? Remember the white lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
Remember?
Okay.
You remember that?
Yeah.
The heavyset white dude. This is who she was dealing with, all, hugging with in the press box.
Gotcha.
And body language says everything. Dale probably said something about it, and then now comes the allegations where she had to do political, a PR to be like, okay, he did this is what I was dealing with, blah, 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 and now after 30 years, I want a divorce.
Right.
Females always make the guy look like the bad guy, when it's very obvious you was dealing with his best friend. But we just gonna negate all that.
Okay.
But for Steph to side with his mother, that's the beta pill programming that we know to be the truth.
Last thing as far as this topic, is this considered a form of tricking? Getting married and you being the primary provider as a man, getting married and not having your soon-to-be wife sign a prenuptial agreement.
Yes, because it is incentivized for females to leave the marriage. They will, in family court, 90% get awarded the children, alimony if they ask for it. If you don't go into, if you're jumping off a plane, if you ride a plane and they tell you that this plane has a 52% chance of crashing, are you going to take a parachute? I would think the answer is yes. So with the marriages,
so the prenup is being the parachute. Is that what you're saying? That's the
prenup's the parachute.
Okay, yes, indeed. Sometimes things go over people's head, and I don't want them to be confused.
Pete, hold on. Excuse myself real quick.
Okay. So, Wavo had to step away for a second. Now what he just said was, and I asked the question: if a man who is in a better financial situation than most is getting married to his soon-to-be wife, and he asks her to sign a prenup, if she doesn't sign one, is that considered tricking? His answer was yes. I'll give y'all a brief story on another athlete, Steven Jackson. We spoke on this before. He refused to marry his soon-to-be wife because she would not sign a prenup, and this is actually on the wedding day, right? He stood with his boundaries, and that was him. Now, we can go back and think of things a certain way, but tricking can be time, tricking can be money, tricking can be effort. If you're not putting effort all the time, then, hey, the woman's probably going to move on. So, but who is deserving of your effort? Who's deserving of your time, who's deserving of your financial compensations, if you will. When I say financial compensations, I mean, like instances where Wavo and I were talking, where you pay for a car note, and, like I said, depending on how you're rocking with that person, there's some dudes, as soon as they meet a woman, let me pay your car note, let me pay your mortgage, let me pay your rent. Fellas, you've automatically told yourself, I am of less value to you. In your eyes, you're much more valuable than I am. So she's going to put you in that category because that's how you came at her. Now, some people may disagree with me. And, there may be something that's over time. Like, you might have women say, oh, no, that's not the case at all. That's not the case. But over time, after a while, a woman's going to get tired of that behavior.
Sorry, I had to go to the men's room. That margarita.
Yeah, the margarita.
But Steph, for him to go against his father like that's the beta pill program where it's like, okay, we're gonna side with matriarchy. The gynocentric society, just believe all women. The standard trope that's been programmed.
Okay,
and he gonna have to be in the beginning of his relationship, what you had talked about, where he chased her and basically pedestalized her. Mm-hmm. That's how it's gonna finish, because now he's coming in. Like, now you can see Steph really coming into a man versus when he came in the league.
Most definitely.
And if you don't handle a woman from a position of power from the beginning, she's not gonna look at you in reverence how she should.
Gotcha. Well, it's getting close to that time. So before we get out of here, one last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's in your eyes is the biggest trick decision you ever made in your life? And what was that? If you want to share, you don't have to, but you can just rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
I don't mind sharing embarrassing stories, man.
Yeah, bro. That's what makes us.
Right.
That's what makes us.
Had to be
it's
a
been
time.
a while, so I know you got to dig.
It's been a while.
You got to dig in the crates, my brother. I understand.
Oh yes, I do. Okay, I can. This one just brought to mind. This was probably this is before I was married.
Gotcha. Okay.
And now,
did you do this for was this for the person?
This is another female. Another female.
Gotcha. Okay.
I had took her out to eat. Where would we go? Was it Ojeda's? Yeah.
Ojeda's, okay.
Went to Ojeda's. Yeah. And the entire time, or I say like 70% of the time, she was talking about her ex or how she didn't like him, right?
Oh.
So
how'd y'all get in that conversation?
It just, happened, when's the last time, the standard questions when you get to know somebody, when last time you was in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And she just kept harping on him. I was like, okay, let's not talk about your ex no more. Long story short, basically, she just got a free meal up off me, and I didn't vet. That's why nowadays
I like that because
that's why nowadays men I don't take a woman out to eat. I don't take a woman out eat on the first meet up. I always say we're gonna link for a drink.
No, let me tell you some real shit, bro. You weren't the trick by going to eat with her. I'm gonna tell you where the situation was tricky.
The time lost.
Not in the time, bro. She made you an emotional tampon for the evening.
Boom, there you go. Exactly. There you go. Look, we got the definition.
We cut it, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, she talked about her ex and she used you for therapy and a meal.
She wanted to give me that
something people get paid $200 an hour to do.
She wanted that non-sexual attention, and the thing is, she probably left me and then went to her ex and got knocked down.
Now the question is, so how did you feel after that you left? Did you feel low? Did you feel like, man, I took an L?
I most definitely said I took an L. I didn't feel low because I had another one lined up, but it was just like, dang, because
you expect to take that quick punch in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was, it was Ojeda's. That wasn't, but it was just, I was like, dang. She just used me. I was the trick. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't necessarily the monetary value that was lost. It was the time and just the me being unaware. So you're the joke. Whether you can be deemed as a trick, whether it's you paying a female bill, being an emotional tampon, like you said, wasting time. Oh, I'll give you another time. In high school, here go another time. It was this chick. I had just got my car. This was like
car or card?
Car.
Vehicle. Okay.
I was like in 10th grade. I had the GT Mustang at school and shit. I was HNIC, but she was just using me to take her to go get her hair done and really upping her status because she got me taking her around in the nice car or whatever. And I ain't. and check this. A dude that was my best friend, we ain't cool like that no more. He smashed and didn't have to do nothing.
Well, of course. There you go. So,
hey, it happens,
there you go. For the better makings of men, if you will.
But he in a bad situation now.
We ain't gonna get on that. We want that brother to make it. You know what I'm saying?
I wish him the best though.
That's real.
Real. I really do.
Well, it's been a good show today. I feel like we got a lot of interesting viewpoints out about tricking and what's maybe our opinion on tricking and what's not our opinion on tricking. So I think that's about it for this evening.
Yeah. Oh, real quick.
Go ahead.
Girls can trick as well. And
what do you mean? Elaborate on that, because that's something.
Of course, monetarily, giving money, that's not typically what happens in nature. Females don't like to take care of dudes. They will for a short time, but not a long time. But when a man is basically, because men and women, they have objectives.
Okay.
Females want security.
Right.
Men, we want quality and quantity when it comes to females.
Gotcha.
If a female, the equivalent to a female putting a man in the friend zone, where he's not getting no sexual access, the equivalent to that is a female just dealing with a man sexually, and she wants the security, she wants the relationship. So she's tricking off her, her sexuality and not getting what she wants back.
Okay, gotcha. Y'all seen that.
So, tricking is, can be done by men and women. Basically, when the output is more than you're receiving, you the trick. It should be a balance,
Yeah, the difference is in both of those situations, when a woman's tired of getting tricked on, or if she's tired of tricking, she gonna decide when she want to walk away from those situations. You know what I'm saying? So, that's my take on that. Just my opinion. But before we get out of here, just go and let them know your tags and your handles. Waybo.
Oh yeah, Instagram logical_Wavo, and on Snap Mr. Articulate on Snapchat, and I got a TikTok, but I can't remember what it is. I think it's Logical Wavo also, but yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna touch that, but yeah, okay. My Instagram is Blue the Mogul. Okay, and from there, I post tweets. I post my Facebook statuses from time to time, so you can catch up on my other social media handles from there. But yes, Blue the Mogul, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Bathrobe Chronicles.
Appreciate you.
See y'all next time.